All right, so this is the presentation portion of the assignment. Just know that this portion of the assignment is worth 50 points, but these are not just 50 points you're going to be given for completion. I will grade accordingly based on whether or not you are meeting slide expectations, you have included audio, as well as making sure your graph or chart, whichever one you choose, is introduced in your presentation. You must use PowerPoint. I will not accept any other form of presentation for this. I know there are different ones out there, but PowerPoint is the go-to when it comes to business. And my goal is to make sure that whatever skills you're learning in this class, that at least you have the basic skills to accompany your leaving my class and going to other classes, or even your careers when it's time to provide a presentation for your organizations, or again, even in school. All right, so by the time you leave college, everyone should know how to present. Everyone should know how to create a PowerPoint. So the first slide, and I've provided you a template of information of what you're supposed to put in each slide. So the first slide, of course, will be your title slide. So pretty much what you're going to do is add your title here, right? And put the name. Now, again, this is a fictitious assignment, but you are expected to create a company. It cannot be a company name that's already in use. It has to be something that you have created on your own. So on your title slide, you can put the name of the company, or you can, provide just a title for the presentation. Every slide has to have audio. So in order to include audio in PowerPoint presentations, I know there are YouTube videos out there that can help you, but what you want to do is you want to go to Insert up here. And once you're in Insert, what you want to do is go to Audio and then Record Audio. So I'm going to record here. I don't think my screencast is set up as to where you can hear me, but if you click record, do not use audio on my PC. This is a presentation where you are actually speaking into your presentation. So almost as if it's real time and you are presenting in front of an audience. So go to record audio. And after you have clicked there, if you click this red button here, or this, this here, that's how you record. And once it starts to time you, that's when the record is on. Of course, you have, I don't know, it should not be long, just a brief, for your title slide, something 20 seconds or what have you. Maybe 30 seconds, just long enough where you are introducing the slide information and your name. When you go to OK, what should pop up is the audio feature here, that little icon. If you hit play, you can hear how the information sounds back to you. But if you want to delete it, you can right click and just hit backspace. Well, hang on. And that deletes it, and you can start all over again. So again, you have to go to Insert, the audio icon here, and go to Record Audio. You must record for each slide, okay? I'm not looking for something long and drawn out. Even if you were to read from the slide, your bullet points, that's fine as well. So as long as I can hear your voice and you are providing audio for each slide. The next slide is your introduction. And for your introduction slide, you are essentially introducing to your audience the purpose of this presentation. The purpose of your presentation is to inform your organization of the results from the survey again, the fictitious survey that you conducted in regards to customer services, that needs to be maybe rendered for your business, or that needs to be modified, whatever you chose to discuss in your survey and your cover letter. So yes, that's what this slide is to be about. Make sure you are including bullet points of information. Always have bullet points. When it comes to bullet points, you don't want too many words in your slide, because the goal is to use bullet points as talking points. So what you want to do is, take what you have, pretty much what I'm doing right now, right? I'm introducing to you each slide, and then I'm talking based upon what you are to do with each slide. You do not have to put visuals in the slides. If you want to, you can. I am going to grade you based on layout and making sure the information is presented well. So if that includes adding pictures, then that's fine with me. For the most part, what I'm looking for is that slide in terms of a visual where you are including your graph or chart. The next slide is where you are going to explain the survey and the questionnaire. So for this slide, what you can do is you can just, introduce the information to your audience. You might want to do a screenshot of the questionnaire. But again, this slide is to explain what questions were asked. You don't have to introduce all the questions, but pretty much the goal of the actual survey and questionnaire itself. You might want to introduce the cover letter as well, just to familiarize your audience with the information that you provided to the customers. And then what you want to do now is discuss the findings from the survey. Remember, you are making up these results, okay? So if 20 people out of 100 people, wanted to add a fitness center to the organization, then that would be what you're going to introduce in your chart/graph or whatever, maybe a table, whatever you decided to use. I think the pie chart as well as just the graph are probably the easiest. Now, in terms of creating one, you might want to create one in Microsoft Word and then add it, copy and paste it into your slide presentation. But if you go to charts up here, I think the best way to do it is to, again, put it in Microsoft Word first and then copy and paste. But the pie chart is probably the easiest. You implement information there. I'll walk you through how to create one. I'll also introduce YouTube videos that can be helpful as well. I don't want to just dictate what kind of, pie chart or what kind of bar graph you're going to use. That's up to you, which one you decide to use. But the easiest one is the pie chart. All right, and then you're going to make sure you include your graph or charts here. In my example, in the example assignment, the graph is a bar chart. It's actually at the bottom of the cover letter and survey. You can include it there, but you still want to make sure you include it in your presentation so you have that to present, because again, the goal is to make sure you're presenting the findings to your company. And then you want to discuss how you're going to implement the findings. So is it a yes? Is it a no? Are you going to discuss budget, what you might want to do? So again, I'm not looking for long presentations, just talking points where you are able to meet the purpose of each slide. So you might want to talk about, let's say if you're going to implement a fitness center, you might talk about cost. You might talk about the dates you're going to create, or construct one. Again, I'm looking for creativity here. I'm looking for presentation skills in terms of your voice being clear, and so you don't have to be as detailed, but just give me enough so that I am understanding what it is you are trying to achieve with your implementation. And finally, a conclusion slide where you may ask if anyone has questions, some reminders about the company. Maybe a meeting is coming up. So, be professional as possible with this presentation in terms of how you see it being conducted if you were in front of a live audience. Okay. So I've walked you through each slide. You should have the amount of slides that I have here, which are 6, no more than 6 slides. Okay. And every slide needs to include what I'm asking of you. So use this example to get through your presentation. All right. There's a reason why I ask students to do exactly what I tell you to do. Do not do too much. Okay. And at least meet the minimum requirements. Okay. All right. If you have questions, please let me know.